Hey, what up, everyone? Yeah, it's been a minute since I've actually gone live, but what's up? It's your boy Solo Traveler ORD. Thanks for checking me out. I know it's been a long time since I've done a live. I've been extremely busy, so sorry about that. Things are starting to wind down, so I'm able to do these live and at least talk with you guys and get a chance to get you guys up to speed of what's been going on with me and so forth. The reason I wanted to do this video for several reasons. First off, Andre, from Crossing Borders, he's basically one of the things he actually told me is that he wanted me to, start promoting a lot of my relationships and things like that, that's going on because he was seeing a lot of people they want to see this stuff. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'll start, filling you guys in on some of the stuff that's been going on with me and so forth with my life, my relationship, and so forth. Because the fact is, for me, I've always been a private guy. That's just me, But for some reason, YouTube, I don't know what it is. You guys like me to share more information of what's going on with me, as far as personal life and things like that. So causing me to, come out my shell and show you guys more things that's going on and so forth, which is kind of interesting. But nonetheless, it is what it is. So what really got me to want to at least, do this show is because of the fact that yesterday I was watching No Excuse on his show, his podcast. I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to watch No Excuse. If you guys haven't, go check it out. He did a show with Is Jay Clyde as well as with Dennis. And I hope it was the right person, Dennis. But basically it was a good show. Talked about relationships and things like that that's going on, for Brazil and all that stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just make a live, talking about my relationship, my marriage, and things that's going on, and so forth. So so that's kind of what I want to get at. Give you guys some information, help you guys out. As far as relationship, those of you that are seeking relationship with Colombian women and what to expect and things like that. So first off, I'm gonna say what up to the Lonely Banter. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you for showing up. Hold on. Let me fix my audio here. Bring this back to 100. I'm gonna drop a bomb for you for showing up. Same thing with you, Noob. Appreciate you for being here. Same thing with you. Joshua L. So although you say you might marry a Colombian chick, hey, you know what? One thing I'm gonna say is that you want to make sure that you're ready for that experience of just just dating anyone foreign in general, because it's an interesting experience that you go through as far as dating. So, and same thing with Legend, Legend Ashi. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna let this video roll as I'm talking. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I might use this screen here or so. So just to show you guys, some of the things that's been going on in my, in the past couple of months. I'm gonna bring up my notes here. All right. So make sure you guys know that I've been married for about going on. Actually, we just made it 3 years. Three years, March 11th. So, and during this time, she's been living with me here in Chicago. Well, first off, hold on. Let me go ahead and get this straight. For those of you, that are going to jump on the playback or even talk about the whole fact of, bringing a woman to the United States and how foolish that is and so forth, you know what? Your comment's going to get deleted, because one of the things is that, my life is in your life, as well as the amount of money I make is in yours, So I noticed that a lot of people that, says a lot of that stuff don't make a lot of money. So they're kind of afraid. For me, if it comes down to it, if she leaves, okay, whatever. I always remake the money, especially with the situation, what I got her in. So, especially the fact that, I want a housewife. So I know I'm going to have to pay something if something goes wrong. I'm not into, 50-50, whatever. I like to be dominant, and as well as I like, my meals cooked. So that's just the thing about it. So that's just one thing I'm going to say, starting off. Well, the whole thing started off with the whole fact that, back in November, I think it was November or no, it was actually in October, a visa got approved. So I went through Rapid Visa. Basically, if you want to make sure your visas go through, go deal with them. It's expensive, but I could tell you it's well worth it. because at the fact of the matter, it's gonna everything's gonna go well. And then once you get to the interview, it's up to you, how you proceed and so forth. But nonetheless, basically she came out, came and visited the family. Everything was all good. And one thing about my family is that we're very multicultural, we're very diverse. So, basically my aunts, they speak Spanish as well. With me, I'm half Cuban and half Haitian. So basically it's just that in my family we speak several different languages. So it's not a problem. But one thing I'm gonna say, shout out to my grandmother, because with her, she only had a third grade education. And she was able to speak 4 different languages, from Creole, French, to Spanish, English. So, it's regular. It's in the family. So being married to someone who is foreign, who's speaking another language is not a problem. So that's why, for me, my situation is a bit better. It's not a problem at all. So when it comes down to, some of your other people, it might be a problem. Because if your family's not accepting of, different types of relationship, not accepting of the fact that, this person might be different, whatever, that's going to be a problem for you. So that's the first step. So basically, I took her around here, show her around Chicago. We've been to different cities such as New York, New Jersey. We've been to, Miami, whatever, visit my family down there and so forth. So we've actually had some good times. So, but one thing I'm gonna say is that now that she's living here, she got a good understanding of how life is in the United States. And the fact that how busy I am, the fact is, of course, you guys know I'm busy. I'm constantly, doing several things. I got my regular 9 to 5. Then after that, I do this YouTube, and I also have a business that I run. I'm actually a real estate investor. So you can see from the video that she's actually was helping me out a couple of times. She actually jumped in, break down walls, like as you see right now. That's her breaking down a wall. She wanted to jump in and join in. It is what it is. But for her, I really want a traditional woman, and that's why I basically married her. So because of that, since she's been here with me, I'll be getting three meals a day. I love it. That's just, I just life for me. Like, I feel like I'm living a high life. I'm living good. She don't have to work, but the thing about it is that that's where our that's where we butt heads at. Well, I'll talk about that later. Further into that whole situation. But nonetheless, one of the things is that when they come here, they're gonna get a good understanding why we are the way why we are. The situations, why we work hard, how hard it is here. How life runs, how everything's extremely fast. You're not always with family. You're not always, just shooting the breeze. If you're constantly busy. And one of the things I had to break down to her, which I thought was kind of funny, was I had to break down, because this is Chicago. So I actually had to break down the different levels of how, what to do depending on the weather. Because here we can get weather as hot as 105 to as low as -20. For those of you that knows about Chicago, So basically, I actually had to draw up a chart showing her basically between 105 to 100. I said on there, you got to stay your ass inside. And then from 100 to 90, I said it's just hot as hell. So then I said from 80 to 70, it feels pretty good. It's good weather. Go outside, enjoy yourself. 70 to 60, it's really good weather. But of course, once when I got down to 32 degrees, that's when it came down to when I actually explained to her what that meant about the 32-degree mark. So the funny thing is that, as I'm explaining the reason like why 32 degrees is so significant, she's like, what are you talking about? And it's the fact that, for all you guys know, that is, freezing point, when water starts to freeze. And the funny thing is that, it was until after, when things finally got cold, when she finally realized that ice can be on the floor. And it's kind of funny, it's kind of cute seeing someone who never seen cold weather before and how they react to it, seeing ice on the floor, seeing snow. It's it's a funny situation. You know, the first time when snow comes down, you know, that's when they're like extremely happy. You know, they can't believe, you know, that this is what's going on. This is what they've used to see in the movies and so forth. You know, and it's just interesting how they light up to see that stuff. You know, so no, that's how things been. You know, it's just been one of those situations of each of us learning each other how things are here, because you know I was living in Colombia as well with her. It's a little different. You know, that's the environment that she's used to. You know, coming here is a little bit different because now she's adjusting. But one of the things that I've done, you know, basically in the house is that I always make sure that she keeps her culture. That's most important. You know, is the culture sense. Because I know a lot of people say that, well, you know, I'm afraid that, you know, my girl, if I bring her back here, she's gonna change and, you know, this and that, or that she's gonna leave me and this and that. You know, you can't have fear. You know, one of the things is that all you can do is try to mitigate as much as you can and just enjoy your life with them. Like, for example, like I said, my house is a traditional Colombian house. She has full reign here. Basically, when she first got here, she basically took control of the house. She said, you know what? This is her house. She started cleaning up the house every single week. The house has stayed spotless. You know, the kitchen been rearranged. Everything has been rearranged. It's to the point that with her not being here, I got so spoiled that, you know, I'm not cooking. You know, because before she came here, you know, the fact of the matter is I was cooking while I was here. But now it's the fact that she went down to Colombia right now because we got a wedding to go to. I'm actually leaving out tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. to go down to Cartagena. So I got a wedding to go take a look at because one of my boys is about to get married. So, and she's going to be there. So she went down a little bit early to go see the family. But during this time, I'm like, yo, I got so used to her cooking. I'm like, I ain't even trying to cook. You know, it kind of sucks, you know, because I know it's a lot healthier for me to be cooking. But, you know, it is what it is, you know. So, but let me see here. Let me look at my notes here. Make sure I don't forget nothing. Well, first, you know what? Let me look at you guys' comments. I'm sorry I took some time away to let me see here. There we got Mr. Freedom. You know, he says respect family. Yep. Yeah, that's my wife in the video with me. So, you know, that's who's showing off and so forth. So, Legend of Oz, she said, what about money? So here's the thing. For me, like I said, I'm traditional. I like to be in control. For her, like her, she says I'm very machista. The fact that, you know, I like to be in control. I like to make sure everything is all set, planned out, and so forth. And basically, the only time we get into like any types of argument or anything of that nature was because she wants to work, and I don't want her to work. So I like her to be at home, and that's it. So, you know, I actually had to, we actually came up with a plan in so many words that basically she agreed that the only way that she'll go work is to make sure that the food and everything is all set in the house before she could leave. So basically, before she goes to work, she has our food ready, everything all good. Every time I come home, life is good. You know, I work from home. Well, throughout this whole time, I've been working from home, but things about the shift, I'm about to be going back to the office about 2 times a week. But nonetheless, you know, she still tries to, you know, send make a plate for me for lunch. Like when I was going into the office here and there ad hoc just to take care of stuff, you know, she would take care of me, which was a good thing. But, you know, it's funny because whenever we do get into these little spats of this, you know, going back and forth about that, the funny thing is with dealing with Colombian women is that, you know, they're very anxious, and at the same time, you know, they could be demanding. But, you know, for me, what I do is, you know, I let her know what it is. I give her a little bit, you know, to allow her to do what she wants to do. But as we're going back and forth, we might go back and forth for a little bit, but after like 2 minutes, you know, we'll come back and we'll apologize, and we're like, you know, we're sorry, you know, that's it. You know, we're not going to go back and forth and argue about it, which is a big difference compared to a lot of you guys who know how it is in the States. I want to put this here. Put this on repeat. There we go. So, so the funny thing is that, you know, I've had several girlfriends, several, you know, soon-to-be wives and so forth in the States, and those relationships have been really, I'll say, crazy. this relationship with my wife, with the Colombian, has been pretty chill. Actually, to tell you the truth, for me, I actually spice it up for her because I just be messing with her no matter what, because I don't want I don't want her to get bored or whatever. But she don't really care for it. But for me, I just like fucking with people. That's just me, it's whatever. So there we go. So hey, what's up, Gil, aka MMA Fan 3? What up, man? Thanks for showing up. And man, only banter. Everything's good, man. Everything is good. Life is great. So, I'm gonna Master Morgan as a question. So yeah, so basically me, I actually have 3 daughters. So my oldest just turned 18, my middle child is 16, and my youngest just turned 10. So, and with her, she has kids as well. So basically it kind of works out, the fact that we both have kids and we're making it work. And one thing I can say is that, dealing with someone who has kids and even internationally it's some work. We both gotta be on the same page, make sure, both you guys agree on things and so forth. And it's it's a funny situation. Basically me in the house, I'm the translator for everything. Since I know Spanish and of course I'm fluent in English. So I'm basically going back and forth between both sides, making sure everybody understands what's going on. I'm giving the directive of what needs to be done, how to carry out everything. So that's basically my job, is being the man of the house, make sure things good. But of course, I am the translator as well. Everything goes through me, no matter what, in the house. She's looking to learn some English, but it is what it is. My youngest daughter, she's basically spends a lot of time here with me. And she's picking up some Spanish, which is really good. Our younger daughter, basically, she's learning English now as she's in daycare. So things are definitely moving along. And one thing I'm gonna say is that one of the toughest things is basically for me on my situation is my first BM. So with her, so she has basically put some things in my older kids' minds and so forth. So basically, that is one of the things that I'm working through. I'm not going to go any deeper into it, but those are some of the challenges that you may encounter dealing with, since you have kids and other people that are, that were in your life and so forth, how that may affect your relationship. But with us, we stand strong and deal with it. Everything is good with the situation that we're going through. So, which I'm actually happy about. So, Lowly Banter, yeah. So we got Mr. Freedom. It says, do you plan permanently living in the States or moving out the country? So our goal is not to live here for forever in the States. Our goal is to move back to Colombia. I had to have her come back here with me because of the fact that not only for my kids, but also for me to finish building my business. Because my biggest thing is that I don't want to leave to go to Colombia and have to be clocking in or working remotely or anything like that. I want it to be the point that, I have money coming in that I don't have to worry about much. So as I'm trying to build my my portfolio, my investments and so forth, that's what I'm doing, and that's the goal. We plan on moving back to Colombia in 8 years. So I tell her, don't get comfortable here. Oh, and one thing I do want to add about, if you do bring a foreign woman here, be ready to deal with the weight, because I don't know what it is with the food here. We all know it. The food isn't good. And for most foreign women, I've seen it for other people that I know that actually have foreign women here from another country, is that they have to be careful what they eat and how they eat and what they consume. So, from here, she gained about 3 pounds, whatever. It seemed like she was gaining a pound every month, but she finally, noticed what was causing it, which is basically the birth control pills, which was causing it this time. Because basically she pretty much tries to starve herself throughout the day and only eat like a meal or eat a little bit during the day, as she can, drink smoothies and all that stuff. But that's something to keep in mind if you do have a woman that you're thinking about bringing back here to the States and so forth, that just be ready that this is what is going to happen, the weight issue. So, yeah, Lee, yeah, thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, so I do speak Spanish. I speak Spanish. Like I said earlier, I'm the translator of the family. The negative four. Yeah. Here is actually negative 32 Fahrenheit the what you call it. Can't think right now. Top of my head. Well, when water freezes. So you got watermelon. Yo, what up? What up? Thanks for showing up. So, but yeah, those are some of the things that I wanted to tell you guys. What is it like? And one thing I'm gonna tell you guys, it's great for me that I know Spanish because I'm able to communicate things and translate things for her whenever we're in the stores. One of the things that yeah, you're gonna get a lot of people looking at your girl while you're here. It's a part of the whole situation because she's foreign, she's different, and a whole lot different, especially from the city that I'm at. So for me, I don't even care. So, but like I said, life being good. Like I said, I've been gaining weight. I've been trying to lose the weight. She wants me to keep the weight, but I'm not trying to. So that's what one of the things that I don't like. Um, One thing I say is that be prepared that if you got a girl here that they're gonna want to explore your city. I know that a lot of us we've probably done exploring our cities and so forth, and that's why we're kind of traveling to other countries and so forth. And I can tell you is that yeah, sometimes I kind of like I don't want to do it, especially with the way gas prices are right now. But just make the effort. Make the effort. Show them around. Show them the city that you're at. So that she can actually enjoy the space that she's at. So I try to take her to different things, different events, whatever you can think of. Took her out to Valentine's Day. Took her on a boat. We got this boat called Spirit of Chicago. So nice little expensive event that basically made her happy just to be a part of that. Done like zoo lights and everything so she can see different things, of the city. So always be very outgoing and so forth. Which is actually a plus. Let's see here. It said Tori Williams. She says, "How did you learn Spanish, and how long did it take you to become fluent?" So I could tell you this: what I did when it came down for me to try to learn Spanish is first I started off with the app, and for me, I got bored of the app because it's just you're just doing the same old thing by yourself. So basically what I learned was that I started learning Spanish from talking to other people. So I started getting on dating apps, and from dating apps, that's where I started talking to women, and I started picking up the certain lingo of their actual country and so forth. And then that's how it started for me. I was just doing that way, and I started upgrading to talking to them on the phone, video chatting, and things like that. So I was just leveraging those people, that just wanted to talk and so forth, and that's how I did it. And everybody learns differently. Some people they're good with apps. Some people need to go to school and learn a different language. And so for me, I'm more of the person I like to learn on the street. So my Spanish is more like street. It isn't as proper per se, schoolwork. Because most of the stuff I learned from interacting with people, from walking around in the streets and so forth, talking about life throughout the day and things of that nature. So, so that's why when people talk to me in Spanish, it's usually, street Spanish, and it's not like proper and higher education per se. So let me see here. But yeah, so that's basically all I really want to, give you guys just some updates, what's going on with me. What is it like, being in a foreign relationship. If you guys want me to drop more videos, get more details, be more in depth, let me know. And I'll start making more of these videos. But I just thought that's probably nice to put this out there for you guys, for those of you guys that would like to, that are kind of thinking about this and would like to know information on this. And just let me know, and I'll drop more videos and I'll answer a lot of you guys' questions and so forth. So, well, I don't know if you guys don't have any more questions or so. I'll bounce. Let me know. No problem. No problem. Not a problem at all. So, all right. Well, I guess I'm gonna kill this, but just be on the lookout for more more lives. You know, I plan on doing more lives for a lot of our people. People been hitting me up, and I know I've been the one who's been, you know, the BS and been so busy and so forth. But you know, nonetheless, you know, I'm gonna take care of that for you guys and provide more content and so forth. You know, so but nonetheless, it's your boy, and I'm out.